What is going on, everybody? I'm McLean Speech Out World Champion coming at you, and we're back finally with our boy Law here. Sorry for being out so long. Just a bunch of like IRL stuff happened and just kind of fell behind. And yeah, we're caught back up in time for OP13. Been grinding a little bit, and I feel like Law honestly in a pretty decent spot because against the Unk deck and Donut Man, Law's got matches up pretty well in the meta. Obviously, Zoro, at least right now for me, is still like the hardest matchup. So we'll break those down in the future. But pretty much the deck you're seeing in front of you, this new Law, I love this card. This card is so good. This card is awesome. And the way I play Law, this card is so strong. Because in the past, if you watched, we've played around the 7-drop Law and then using leader ability to bounce this back and heal. However, being able to use the 6-drop Law with leader ability, so every turn you can swing, potentially bounce him back, and then depending on who you have on the field, whether it's the Restand Law, Cavendish, Bonnie, you're then able to bounce them back to your hand and then immediately replay them off in this effect, so you then get their effect again. And yeah, depending on your board state, it's just awesome. Because yeah, if you have Bonnie out, you can keep bouncing this back, replaying Bonnie, freezing Dawn characters every turn. It's sick. Or Cavendish getting even more Dawn back. So you can bounce Cavendish back, replay Cavendish, and then you get 2 more Dawn back because it's the on play. So there's just so much more potential with Law, and I'm having a great time. This card's sick. I love playing around it. I do still think this Law is super strong though, because especially against like Ace and decks where you're going first, being able to play this turn 4, especially into something like Bonnie or the Restand Law, or even Blocker Law. Play out more combos is super strong, and then if you're able to go into this Law the turn after, you have a pretty good setup. But yeah, playing around the 6-drop Law, you can also just be super aggressive with taking life. It's awesome. And yeah, the rest of the deck I got in front of you, X-Drake I have 4. I think this card is super important in the meta right now because the way things go, especially with Emu and their end game, they have those events they can block for 4k, and then they have the blockers. However, one of their blockers is 4 costs, so sometimes being able to drop X-Drake to rest that one blocker can be huge, especially if you don't have Dead Man's Game in hand. Or also, too, being able to use X-Drake and Dead Man's Game to kind of do a combo of resting blockers. Same with Ace, because they have Marco, if it comes down to it, and then having this to get rid of the bigger stuff. Or if you know what they have in the hand with counter, it's super cool to rest those down. Outside of that, yeah, we got the searchers here. I feel like with Apu, it's still definitely don't need him as much. I just have him in for insurance just because of like those super low cost blockers some decks run. But outside of that, we got the Kushiro and the Capone. I keep this Capone in here just because of Ace with like Jozu. He's a good counter to not losing something immediately, getting bounced back to your hand. So that's why I have both of those. And also just the way I play around like Law and stuff, being able to refill, especially in this current like boss card meta. I feel like low cost blockers are pretty strong again, and both of these have like awesome effects. So yeah, I'm having a great time with Law again. Glad to be back and excited to break down a bunch of matchups for you guys. So we'll jump into some games and see how things go. All right, we'll see what we can do into this one here. Which was go second. Well, this is not ideal here. So I gotta throw this guy down so we can get 1 down. But this is the I guess unfortunate side. Even though we have so many searchers and stuff, if you don't get one, you're kind of cooked. So this might be a not ideal game for us. So we'll see what we can draw into off in some of our stuff here. So I'll swing 6, see if we get a 2k out of their hand. Okay, so we get a life. That's, I feel like, a bit better in this matchup. If we can knock them down to like 1 by the time they get around to spamming the 5 elders out, we're in a good spot. So they throw down the search. So, yeah, this next turn, I don't really have like a whole lot of options besides just dropping Cavendish and then ripping them for. Okay, I mean, we've got the pieces are there. It's just don't have the stuff we need right now. So we throw this down. Yeah, honestly, I might have to go, do that. So we'll just attack him again here with 6. I assume though, yeah, 2k out of that one. And then for this next turn, honestly, I'll probably bounce this back. So we have X-Drake in there. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we're not in a great spot overall, but I can make a play at least with our Law here next turn. So I might go aggressive on taking some life from these 2 swings. We'll see. It just kind of depends on who they play. Because I can play Law and then the restand, and then we can swing with Cavendish a couple times on him. So, alright. Kind of okay with that. So, yeah, in the mid stage, so far that when I've played this matchup, it's literally just been having to deal with the rush guy. That's the guy I don't like. Because he's able to just do way too much, especially if they have like enough cards and stuff in hand. So, all right. How do I do all of this? Because interesting, they left that up. Yeah, we have this here. All right, so let me drop this down, see what we can find. Probably want a Capone here, and then we can throw this down. Ooh. Okay, we got to grab the event, I think, here. So, let's swing. What do I need? Put 1 here. We'll swing a 7, get 2 back. They left up 3, so we'll see. I just want to, yeah, if we can get that event onto their hand, we'll be in a good spot here. So we'll drop this down. Bounce this back. Play this, restand again here. Attack him again. For a couple more. So they take that one. Alright, interesting. And then I kind of need to play Capone here, just in case they have another one of these guys, because I'm not down. Unless I want to go down to 1, and then we have that, but I won't have the protection. The board protection. So I don't want to lose Cavendish here. So let's just swing again, try to get another card out of their hand. And then we'll throw it on Capone, just to get some, just in case, because again, we still have 1 turn to go. So if we can then, this next turn, kind of go crazy and be aggressive here, we'll have a shot. Out of the stuff here, probably want to keep Luffy, so we'll do that. So just in case they try to do this guy again, we'll make it so they either have to target Capone or we get the life refill out of the deal. So we'll see what we can do there. And then this next turn, honestly, it might just be, I might have got to bounce this back and then replay him and then just kind of get a lot of swings going. That might be the play. So, all right, they're playing, yeah, blockers and stuff. They're leaving up 1. Do I, because they only have 4 cards in hand, can I make, if I played Dead Man's Game, rest this, and rest this guy, and then we attack here, if I can get enough to bounce this back. I'm going to try it. We're going to give it a go. So use card action. We're going to rest this and we're going to rest that. Alright, so if I put 2, so where am I at? Here. So we can do... Alright, if I swing, let's swing a 6. So we're just going to try to be silly here and... Okay, so that gets them down there. I'm assuming this is 5 elders and this is the event. So if that's the case, if this hits, we're gonna be in a good spot. All right, so let me put 1 here, and then we can swing here, go 1, 2. So they do that. Okay, so then I can. We bounce this guy back, do that, we'll replay him, bounce this back, do that, restand Cav again here, attack him again, go 1, 2, And all right, they they called it a day. So there we go. That's like again I guess the powers of the 6-drop law and just kind of playing off in card hand knowledge because I always assume they have at least 1 5 elders in hand, and then since they left up the 1 Don, we knew they had this here, so it's pretty much just kind of picking what we wanted them to counter out with, which I feel like didn't really matter too much with the blocker or this, but yeah, there we go. It worked out. I'm glad I able a little combo here, but I gotta get better at like the Don math. It's hard to calculate like on the fly. That's why. But the combos again that you're able to pull off are super cool. All right, we got some ace action. We're gonna keep this because we have a lot of stuff we can do. If I can find Bonnie, and we do. Okay, we're in a really good spot here with a lot of stuff. So we'll see. Because again, why Bonnie is super important in this matchup is being able to just freeze them on 8. So if I'm able to do that, we're in a good spot overall here. So let's throw down Luffy. Well, out of our options here, honestly, yeah, I guess just grab the restand for now, and then we'll do this, attack them here, and see if we get a card out of their hand, or do they take the life so they get to draw 2? Because yeah, Donut Man here, when they put the Don on, if they take damage, they get to draw an additional card, so they get that, and they get one from their deck, so I'm kind of okay with that as well, getting them down, because again, there's going to be a point later on where if we can put them in a tough spot with playing around using that event to potentially take a life, we might be good. But we'll see what they do. So alright, I am fine with that. We get another Capone here. This is pretty much what do I want to do? They don't really have a super big play we can make besides just getting a body out. So what do they have? Next turn they could Jozu, which I don't really want to lose Cavendish to that. Okay, well we gotta play Cavendish regardless here. Get both of these back. Because if I throw this down, next turn we can go here and here, and then potentially set up for Law here. Okay, I'm fine with that. I can go Law Bonnie, freeze them 1, and then yeah, it's pretty much then gonna revolve around the turn after. We can drop the 6-drop Law, restand, and then start flying with Cavendish and try to get some of these cards out of their hand, because yeah, they get to so many cards so quick. So you need like a turn or 2 to just wail on them to try to get rid of some stuff. So 7 on 5, yeah, fine with that. And then 7 on 5 again. Sure, we can be aggressive here, taking life. So all right, we can throw this down here, do that there, do that, attack him here for 2, see what they do, get 2 back, keeping Cavendish up. Again, we're gonna bounce this back, play Bonnie to freeze there, and yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's either yeah, take a life. So I'm also fine with that. So we do this, we'll go here, freeze a Don, and all right. So we get him down to 1, which is crucial, because now I can spend next turn targeting Yamato here to try to get rid of this and get rid of cards out of their hand, because we put them in a weird spot where they can't do the event, so we get to delay them a little bit. So yeah, they throw down Marco instead, which is all right. So yeah, they're gonna get some Don off of their stuff here. If they only attack 7, we can do this block here. We get some space on the board, and then all right, we get them to do that to get rid of an event there. So we'll go here and here. So okay, cool. All right, so we got 6-drop Law and restand. So we're gonna be able to play around Cavendish a bit here. So let me drop this down first, see what we can find. I honestly just need Grab this here. And then we'll throw down Corona here. Grab the Kushiro for later. All right, let me attack them. Get these two here. All right, and then now next I'm just going to target Yamato a bunch. And we'll play around with our stuff there. Because if needed, well, I have Law, so he's going to be a blocker. Pretty much just try to get as many cards out of their hand right now as we can is the plan here. So how many we got 9. So I go here. I could just swing here. See if we can bait a couple things out real quick. So let's do that. See what they do. Okay, I mean, I'm kind of fine. I kind of want to maybe not do, maybe Audible and do Bonnie instead here. So, all right, let me do this. Get another card out of their hand. Because I might just you bounce back Bonnie off in the 6-drop Law instead and freeze this. Okay, because I can go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, put these on here. Attack them 8 on 6. Try to get some more cards out of their hand. So, yeah, I think that might be the slightly better play now. This gives me a target too, because if they're going to play the 10-drop like Newgate, so the blocker one, that we can, again, they have so many cards in hand. We got to chip away the best we can here. And then I'm going to get rid of Luffy. So we can then play often. I might need to find Dead Man's Game to kind of make a play kind of at the end here. So, all right, we can do drop this down. Yeah, bring this back. Do this. Freeze that there. So, keep messing around slowly with some stuff. We'll see what they got, though. So, and yeah, if I can just get, if we get a Dead Man's Game, we can potentially, yeah, set them up for us winning here. Yeah, we can play around with Law. So I also can sack this one as well, because we have another one, and we have the restand. So we can do a bunch of stuff here, because we're at the 1. And yeah, we have this as well. So yeah, they are taking their last life as well. Interesting. I wasn't really expecting that a whole lot, to be honest. They're just loading up. Okay. So they've buffed themselves up to 10. So for a turn here. And then they're just attacking us. Well, my only issue is if they have... Alright, we'll just block this. If they have Roger, we're in a not good spot. Then, yeah, they have all this stuff here as well. So they're at 10. So yeah, all I can really do here is just attack there. Let's drop this down, force them into doing stuff there. So then we can do, let's attack here. Get a couple back. And yeah, we'll just try to get some cards out of their hand. So they do that, because I could... I mean, what can they... If I put these on here, we could hit them for... kind of a bunch. But I don't think I need to necessarily. So we'll attack them again here. See what they do. Yeah, if they play anything big, we can kind of play around a bunch of stuff there. Okay, so they decide to sack Yamato, which is okay with me. So we can play another Ushiro here then. The problem is literally just if they... depends on if they have... I guess I could play bounce Bonnie back and freeze a Dawn. That might be our play, actually. So since I'm panicking about Roger so much. So let me do this here. Alright, that'll leave us there. I'll put one here. We attack him 10 on 10. So, alright, we get them to do that. Okay, we can drop this down. We'll bounce this back. Replay Bonnie. Freeze a Dawn. So, this stops them from playing a 10 drop. So, if they do have Roger, we can try to avoid that there. But outside of that, yeah, we'll see what they got here. So, yeah, we got the Kushiro. If they want to get rid of him, forces them to put stuff here. But, alright, they do have the event. So, blocker Newgate, okay. And then throw 2 and then 2. Little unfortunate, because, yeah, they got this guy here. But it is what it is. 12 on 6. I guess we just block here. Keep Cav up. And then they're going 9 on 6. We'll go no. And I can do... Well, I have this play we can make as well. I forgot. So I'll do this and this here. And alright, yeah, we'll see what happens. And okay, all asking shall receive. The dead man's game, heart of the cards. So that's cool. We do this, use card action, arrest both of those there. And then, yeah, we have this to play around with. I mean, honestly, I could just load up here a bunch. Yeah, let me just put one here. We'll go 10. Get a couple back. See what they do off in this. Because, yeah, we can do one of our other closing game plays here, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I think we're chilling. So we do this, take our top life, put this here, and then we can bounce this back. Do this, restand again here. Attack him 10 again, get 2 more back. And, yeah, nothing they could do there. And they had Roger, so my paranoia of trying to play around this guy worked out. And, yeah, that's, again, why Bonnie is super important in this matchup. Being able to play around freezing some of their stuff. Their Dawn as well to play around the event here. And also to potentially late game. I like to either, if you can bait freeze like this guy, or if you're concerned about Roger, depending on how they're playing, like especially because they took... The reason why I was feeling weird is because they took a life, I feel like, pretty aggressively. So that's why I was fearful of this. But, yeah, there we go.